Go, go, USA! The USA women are headed to the World Cup final for the fourth time in history and second time in a row. That's Carrie Lloyd putting in the PK. The team captain scored a goal and had an assist in the U.S.'s 2-0 win over #1 ranked Germany. The U.S. women will take on either England or Japan. That game is coming up tonight. The championship game is on Sunday. A very good Wednesday morning, everyone, and thank you so much for waking up with the Valley today. I'm Kyle Bosch. Lisa is off today, and we're just getting started with nonstop news and weather all the way up to the top of the hour to help you plan your day. And we do start with a story that's new this morning. One man in the hospital and facing charges after hitting 5 cars, then rolling his vehicle in South Fargo. Police say 24-year-old Armando Zavala was traveling on the 4600 block of 33rd Avenue South just before midnight when he first hit a parked flatbed trailer, then hit 3 more parked cars before rolling his vehicle onto another car. Zavala was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. He's facing multiple charges, including DUI and reckless driving. A UND student who put his life on the line trying to save his best friend from a house fire near campus last year is now one of 18 Carnegie Medal recipients for this year. The medal is given out throughout the U.S. and Canada to those who risk their lives while trying to save the life or attempting to save the lives of others. Now, a lot of people will remember exactly what happened on the night of March 16, 2014 in Grand Forks. Ryan Nelson broke a window and entered a burning home that he and Matthew Heisler shared. Nelson pulled Heisler out and performed CPR until paramedics arrived. Now, Heisler didn't survive, but his dad nominated Nelson for the Carnegie Award. He's now one of only about 100 Minnesotans who have received that medal in the 111 years the award has been handed out. Now, the Heislers say that if Ryden hadn't pulled their son from the flames, Matt's organs couldn't have been donated and saved other lives. Just hit 6:51. Time for weather and traffic on the ones. And we start with meteorologist Robert Hahn. And man, what a beautiful shot you found on the tower cam, Robert.
There it is, hazy sunshine once again. And we're going to see that not only today, but over the next few days, anytime the sun is out. Yeah, we got the smoke from the Canadian fires that will continue to affect us over the next few days. 63, winds are calm. They'll remain rather light as we head through the day today. 58 in Grand Forks, 55 Thief River Falls, 50 up in Badette. Clouds off towards the south with that clearing line. You can see that's made its way into the Fargo Moorhead area. Underneath those clouds, we do have some rain. And that rain dissipating, getting on out of here. And we're going to see that move on out of here over the next few hours. And then we'll see a break in the action with some partly sunny skies and a chance for an isolated shower or storm later on today. We are seeing some storms down in southeastern South Dakota and northwestern Iowa. A few showers in the southwest and a few showers and storms in the northeast. For us, as we head through the day today, again, that rain this morning going to get on out of here. We'll see a break in the action, then a chance for some isolated showers and storms as we head through the rest of this afternoon and this evening. Temperatures getting on up into the 70s and maybe even a few low 80s overnight tonight. Pretty calm. Temperatures dropping down into the 60s, maybe a few upper 50s. Tomorrow, a better chance for showers and some thunderstorms. And with the cloud cover and the chance for showers and thunderstorms, temperatures a touch cooler, mid-70s in most locations. As we head through the next few days, again, we're going to continue to see that hazy sky as the time the sun is coming out. Tomorrow, good chance for shower and storms. A break in the action Friday. And then as we head through the weekend, Saturday, most of Saturday looks good. It's late Saturday night. We'll have a chance for some showers and thunderstorms and a 50% chance of showers and storms over the weekend. That's the way it looks right now for the holiday weekend. We'll continue to fine-tune that forecast as we head through the next few days. That's a look at your weather. Time now for a look at your traffic with Al Ahmed. Good morning, Al.
Good morning to you, Robert. I've been driving the stretch of Interstate 29 through that work zone. Southbound I-29, travel speeds are about 40 miles an hour, maybe a little bit slower than that. Most of the road work, though, is on the northbound lane, and that's where there are major traffic issues already this morning. Traffic is starting to back up, stopping at times, particularly right around 32nd Avenue South. So if you're northbound on I-29, extra caution this morning. Make sure that you're not going too fast, and make sure you're paying close attention to the workers that are out there. They have flag crew people out there to get you to slow down and such. Very, very congested out there this morning. And as I said, again, it stops at times. And that's particularly the case right around 32nd Avenue. Otherwise, traffic's pretty thick on I-94 as well. Make sure you're driving extra carefully today. Al Ahmed, Valley Today traffic.
6:53, turning back to your news headlines. It's an issue we first told you about last week, booze at Bison football games. And now NDSU President Dean Brashani is on record as being in favor of it, but only in suites. The Fargo Dome has 16 suite holders who pay a premium for their choice spots. And while Brashani and others favor allowing alcohol for them, some members of the Fargo Dome Authority say they need to represent all patrons. Now, the authority and NDSU will get back together in a few weeks to talk again about the possibility of letting people drink in the Dome during Bison football. A Bismarck man is facing charges for a head-on crash that killed 2 people, including a UND student. The Grand Forks Herald reports 21-year-old Taylor Govan of Mandan was an engineering student at UND. She and 22-year-old Abby Rentschler of Lincoln, North Dakota were killed, and their friend was critically hurt when the car they were in was hit head-on Saturday. The Highway Patrol says 28-year-old Jordan Morset has been charged with felony vehicular homicide. He was driving the wrong direction on the Bismarck Expressway. Police have now confirmed that a body pulled from the Red River in Grand Forks Monday night is that of 25-year-old Aaron Pigeon. The Badger, Minnesota man had been missing since late Saturday after telling friends he was stepping outside a downtown Grand Forks bar to have a cigarette. Police say they're still waiting on autopsy results to reveal if any foul play was involved. Bail has been set at $25,000 for a man accused of stealing a minivan in Fargo Sunday night with a 3-year-old sleeping in the back seat. Ali Hashi is charged with felony theft. Police say Hashi is not being charged with kidnapping because he may not have realized the child was in the back seat, and kidnapping charges require intent. Police have arrested a man who they say robbed a Bismarck gas station and chased customers out of the store at gunpoint. The robbery happened just after 4 yesterday morning, and police tracked down 18-year-old Michael Taylor of Bismarck last night after getting a tip he was at another convenience store. Minnesota's medical marijuana law is set to take hold today, and the latest numbers from the state health department show there are more than 200 doctors now registered to certify patients for medical cannabis. So far, 65 have been approved to get the medication. Now, 2 patient centers will open today. Eventually, 8 locations, including one in Moorhead, will be open by the end of the year. Some local musicians say they're mad about police shutting down their hip-hop concert over the weekend and say cops are targeting them. It all happened Saturday night at the Days Inn in Moorhead, where the hotel managers called police for help getting the crowd to leave. Police later released this dash cam video of the incident. They say that the crowd was being disrespectful and potentially dangerous. The musicians say they're being profiled. Now, no one was arrested in the incident, and there were no reports of any injuries or damage. Well, once again this morning, we've been showing you a small town cafe that's cooking up plenty of big flavors. The Valley Today's Christy Larson has been live in Plum, Minnesota at the Plum Cafe. And Christy, did you finally get to taste those fresh caramel rolls that you helped make up?
You know, Kyle, I have to file a complaint. They weren't quite ready, but you know what they did do is they brought back their dumplings, and I've been trying that, and I'm giving it a thumbs up, 2 thumbs up if I wasn't holding a mic right now. And again, Nikki, this is something you guys are known for in the fall, but people should come any time of the year.
Yes, you should. You should definitely come any time of the year. We don't do dumplings every day, but we do mashed potatoes and gravy. We do fresh meat. We have a butcher across the street, so everything comes from there every day, fresh. So many great things to offer other than dumplings.
Yeah. And I was going to say, I mean, the menu has everything from eggs to the cheeseburger to the mashed potatoes to, in the fall, those fresh dumplings. And it seems like people have been and eyeing it all morning long when they come here.
Their dumplings. They love their dumplings. So they're happy. I fried some up this morning, and dinner today we'll have dumplings with ham and coleslaw.
And what about you? I know you guys do a lot of different specialty meals. So is that why you would encourage people, if they haven't been here, to come here?
Yes. And I mean, if you are looking for a homemade meal, something that would remind you of your mother's house or your grandma's house, this is a place. This is a place to get that. If you leave hungry, I did not do my job. But many people do not leave hungry.
All right. Well, I will do my job then and finish my dumplings. And I want you to help me dig into. And again, we're at the Plum Cafe in Plum, Minnesota. Oh, and I'm spitting all over. I'm going to have to do some cleanup work. Earn my keep here, Kyle. And this one, another good review. All these small town diners, great.
Oh, such good home-cooked food. God, that dumpling looks so good. It's one of those mornings when I'm going to be very, very hungry again until Christy gets back. Christy Larson reporting live for us from Plum, Minnesota, and the Plum Cafe. And you can see the look on her face. Yeah, they made dumplings just for the Valley today. Lucky everybody there. Time to get our answer now to our question of the morning on Facebook. "We'll see" is the second most hated phrase that kids hear from their parents, according to a recent survey. What came in number one? The answer: money doesn't grow on trees. I heard that one a few times when I was a kid.
heard that more than a few times.
If you want to take part in our question of the morning, just head to our Valley News Live Facebook page and join the conversation. Well, one last check of our forecast today, and haze sticking around.
Hazy skies. We've got some partly cloudy skies. A little bit of rain off towards the south. That'll continue to slide off towards the east and the southeast as we head through the day today. We've got the rain this morning. It's going to get on out here, then a chance for an isolated shower or storm later on. 70s today and tomorrow, 80s as we head through the holiday weekend. A chance for some storms. Stay weather aware. We'll continue to fine tune that forecast as we head through the rest of the week.
All right, Robert, thanks. More local news and weather coming up in 25 minutes. Have a great Wednesday, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow morning.
Take care.